Hello everyone, my name is Laura Landis and I'll be giving my speech on anti-vaccinations. The rise of anti-vaccination movements and false claims regarding vaccines has paved the way for VPDs, otherwise known as vaccine-preventable diseases, such as the measles to resurface. But does anyone know why that is? According to the World Health Organization, anti-vaccination movements have become the biggest health threats as of 2019. Vaccines benefit all of us. So how is it that we can defeat this anti-vaccination threat and further inform the media on what is a hoax and what is true in order to stop VPDs from becoming an epidemic? Transparency on vaccine production is one of many ways that may help in educating the general population, although communication between child care providers and parents can help provide even greater of an impact. Educating the general population of the benefits of vaccines along with open communication will help combat the misinformation on vaccinations completely and allow those who are iffy on vaccinations to have their questions answered. Vaccine hesitancy is the leading cause of rising childhood diseases today, and the numbers only continue to go up. Although anti-vaccination is not only a modern belief, it is a belief that has been around as long as vaccines themselves have. According to Hussein, vaccinations weren't just opposed in religious arguments, but political ones too. In his article, Hussein continues to make several points and examples that show proof of anti-vaccinators' continuous existence. The anti-vaccination movements can be traced as early as the 18th century, when vaccines were cited as the devil's work and goes against God's will. Other religious groups also believe that porcine gelatin, that is vaccinations, goes against their beliefs. On the more political side of anti-vaccinations, many believe that imposing vaccines took away their autonomy, brought on by the Vaccination Act of 1853, that imposed punishment of those who refused to vaccinate. According to American Red Cross, this act was the act that paved the way for Anti-Vaccination League, a group who believe that not only should there be a punishment for anti-vaccinators, but the people should have a choice. So how do anti-vaxxers help with the rise of VPDs? Well, VPDs can spread due to several things, such as traveling to countries that are disease-ridden and then coming back, although the biggest risk of these individuals that come back are unvaccinated and put our herd immunity at risk. According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, and according to Chloe Lambert in her article, Measles Returns, Is the Anti-Vaccination Movement to Blame? Herd immunity protects people that can't be vaccinated due to religious reasons, age, or being immunocompromised. For these people, they're being benefited from vaccinations without actually being vaccinated by being under the herd immunity umbrella, which works by having a vaccination rate of 96% or higher. But anti-vaccinators are putting all of this at risk. Vaccines are relatively safe and help eradicate diseases while benefiting everyone in the community. The most common misconception about these vaccinations from parents are that they are merely unsafe due to the lack of knowledge about how vaccines are made and how they work, although the approval of vaccinations are quite the process. 3-phase clinical trials are actually conducted in order for vaccines to be approved. The FDA reviews the quality of vaccinations several times and inspects their manufacturing facilities. According to cdc.gov, they also ensure that vaccines benefit outweigh the risk the immunization carries. After FDA approval, it is also run through the CDC AAFP and the AAAP and is monitored through its use and release. Vaccines work. It has saved millions of lives, and one piece of hard evidence is that the smallpox vaccine has completely eradicated the disease. In 2011, 350,000 cases of measles were reported, in which 90% were brought about by travelers. The one and only reason that measles did not become an epidemic is that most Americans were already vaccinated against this disease. The best way to educate parents and eradicate misconception is to address them and to have good communication regarding vaccine benefits. Azhar Hussein says that one of these misconceptions was caused by a falsified report from a discredited gastroenterologist named Andrew Wakefield, who released a study that linked MMR vaccinations and autism. The study was proven false, although many till this day still believe this to be true. Kaskala, the author of Communicating Effectively with Vaccines and Vaccine-Hesitant Parents, has an interesting point of view when it comes to anti-vaccinators. Her view is that parents who refuse to vaccinate are not crazy, they're just in fear of the substance and what it can do to their children due to misconceptions, and that there are ways and different approaches to take when it comes to these circumstances. There are many ways to further communication with the vaccine-hesitant parents that may seem frustrating at first, but can greatly help in generating an informed public. This means of communications may involve listening to parents' concerns, using plain language to discuss vaccines and their effects, and handling these concerns respectfully, not just shoving them off to the side as irrelevant or incorrect. In Kaskala's articles, there is also a helpful communication method developed by the Autism Science Foundation called CASE, used to acknowledge parental concerns, provide healthcare knowledge, elaborate on the science of vaccines, and give advice based on science. Having open communication about vaccines can decrease concerns and lower the number of vaccine-hesitant parents in the future. Informing parents of the benefits of vaccinations could be a daunting task, although it is necessary in order to keep our public safe. Also, remember that anti-vaccinators are not all crazy and want to push their beliefs onto others, and sometimes are valid in their arguments. Vaccines do in fact have adverse effects, although the benefits outweigh these risks. So get vaccinated, and if you have a chance, respectfully educate those who aren't or don't want to about all the benefits of vaccinations carry. Those who can't get vaccinated are counting on us to protect them and in turn save their lives.